Bro, I'm freaking stoked, man. It's like I'm at work on a movie set here, but I have the time for this AMA. Everything's just lining up properly. It's a beautiful day. I'm like, let's fucking go, baby.
I love to hear that, man. That's awesome. And we got what Toadster in here as well. We
Yeah,
can go ahead
and
and get
Kilo.
started here. Kilo
Hey,
as well. Okay, cool. Let me grab
Yep.
Kilo.
thank you guys for having us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
thank
really
you for coming
appreciate it.
on today.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Um, all right. Good afternoon, Whale Coin Talk community. My name is Noah. I'm here with the Crypotle team. Representing them are Matthew, Toad, and Kilo. And gentlemen, before we get started, how about you give us a quick background of who you are and how you got to be in the crypto space today?
Sure, I could go first. So I got in the crypto space about a year ago. I was exploring on Ethereum side, and then I moved over to the BSE side and seen all these utilities that were coming out, and I wanted to find a unique utility. And I just kept on kind of creating projects and met Matthew, and that's where his brilliant idea came into fruition. So now here we are today.
Right on. Very cool. And so tell us about Chipotle. I mean, you guys are building a pretty unique project, unique ecosystem. Give us a high level overview and then we can kind of jump into the nuts and bolts of things.
Sure, I think Matthew could cover that.
All right. So, Crypotle, obviously super clever name. Toad launched this thing as like a bit of a little meme play there. We've kind of seen the Grimace coins and all that shit come around. Um, you get the hype, you watch the chart, things kind of come down, and then you start really going, okay, how do we make this a long-term project? What do we do to innovate in this space? How do we become more than just a hype token? So, I kind of joined the team on Saturday of last weekend. I was in Grimace Coin for a little bit. I really liked the team and how transparent they were and, really trying to innovate. And so just thinking and thinking, it's like, what can we do that nobody has done in this space before? And the idea came to mind, what if we sold an actual product in the real world that came back into the blockchain to our investors? Part of Toad's original mission was charity works. We want to be able to give back to people. I think there's not enough of that. This space is very greedy and it's very me, me, me. And so, like, even right after they launched, within a couple of days, they were out there handing out 100 burritos. And I really respected the fact that within 2 days, they'd done more than like Grimace Coin had done to help people. So looking at this, it's like, what do we do? How do we innovate? What do we do to change this space? It's like, shit. If we go out there and we build our own product, we can turn that product around. You don't need to buy our token. You don't have to be invested in crypto. We're going to sell you a jar of our homemade salsa for $10. We're going to cover our cost of that $10. Let's say with $2. This is all just, figures for example. $2, boom, we cover our cost of a $10 jar. Now we've got $8 left. Let's say we give 50% of that to charity. There's $4 out of the way. Now we've got $4 left. What do? We split that into two. We'll take $2 of that. We're going to put that into the dev and the marketing wallet. We're going to take the other two and we're going to give that to the investors in our token who have staked because they believe in our project and our vision, right? And so what that's going to do, you come in, you like what we're doing, you like the brand that we're building, you think that we're going to do good things in this space and help change the world one burrito at a time. You're going to say, hell yeah, I like these guys. I'm going to drop $100. I'm going to stake this here. And as people see our vision and what we're doing, more and more people are going to be getting into our staking platform. And as we bring real world money from fiat back into the space, into that staking pool, we keep that APY high. So at the end of the day, if I want people, if I'm investing in this token, I'm to say, hey, mom, dad, go buy this token. Here's how to use Trust Wallet. Yeah, you just set it up. Don't worry about PooCoin and how weird a name that is, right? You're just like, mom, but dad, go buy this jar of salsa. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's good? And we're still taking that percentage that is going back to the holders. So as our brand grows, as our marketing grows, as our sales grow, and as we expand this business, more and more money will come back in, keep the APY going, keep our investors who believe in our product happy because that pool is going to keep giving them good rewards. Now, obviously, we have to crawl before we can walk, before we can run. So we start small. We start with a small proof of concept batch. We get photos and social media and branding of us trying to build a recipe, and all of that comes back around. We don't have to be sharing screenshots of a DApp. Hey guys, here's a screenshot of what the dev is working on. Here's a screenshot of our little utility here in a web browser. We're going to be using real world marketing as we expand, like any guerrilla, growth company, and use that outside in the real world to build marketing here in the space. So long story short, we've rebranded away from being a Chipotle meme coin to being our own brand, our own product, and we're here to innovate and disrupt the space by bringing real world money into the blockchain. And from what we can tell, we haven't seen anybody do anything like this. So we think we have something unique. We've gotten rid of a lot of our, paper hands who wanted to quit pump, and now we're bringing in people who are like, holy shit, this could fucking fly if everything goes according to plan. So sorry if that was a little long, but a little bit of passion over here.
No, we love it. And so you guys had a stealth launch, and then from that stealth launch, you raised money. With that money, you guys are buying Chipotle burritos and handing them out to the less fortunate. Am I kind of getting the gist of it?
Yeah.
The burritos
So pretty much
were actually out of pocket.
What's that?
So we had a stealth launch. The burritos were out of pocket. So
Okay.
honestly, so that didn't even come from the project. So basically, we had a stealth launch, and then we said, if when we get to 50K, which was, that's not that hard to achieve 50K. So that just shows how dedicated we were to actually going and giving the burritos out to the homeless. But we said when we get to 50K market cap, we'll go and buy 100 Chipotle burritos, and we'll go around the LA area and we'll give them out to the homeless. And we did that. We have a video out. We have some ad content for it, and that kind of rolled into how do we create the long-term utility that Matthew was talking about, and that's kind of just kept rolling into this, and now we're here with our business plan and our idea, and we're pushing our plan and still pushing the philanthropy and the generous acts of kindness through the donations and whatnot. So that's basically how it started.
Understood. And how many burritos have you guys handed out so far?
We've given out 100 as of now.
100
we plan
burritos.
on giving out more. Our goal on our website was 1 million. Obviously, it's going to take a while, but you got to start somewhere.
And what's your vision for the token, right? How do you incentivize people to hold it, stake it, not dump it on the market? What are some, real world utilities that it provides?
Yeah. Basically, we want to be able to provide passive income to our holders. And that's where our business plan came in with the salsas. So planning to sell the salsas. So our numbers right now aren't 100% because this is a fairly new idea and we haven't gone through all of the numbers completely, but we're estimating our costs to be around like $2 a jar. So if we were to sell, our costs are $2 to produce. We were to sell the jars for $10. A portion of that, the majority of it, would go to charity because that is still the big thing that our project is based about and the token is based about is charity. Another portion will go to the marketing for the project as well, small portion, and then the rest will be brought back into the blockchain. So it's real world money being brought back into the blockchain to buy our tokens back and then distribute those to stakeholders. So it's kind of like earning dividends on a dividend yielding stock. So if you were to buy like Coca-Cola or something, you'd get dividends every 6 months or every 4 months. But instead, and your dividends are based off of the price of the stock as well as, profits, and, it's a whole mathematical formula. So we basically are going to bring that type of real world utility from an example, the stock market and dividend yielding stocks to our project based off of our real world product that the project is based about, the Crypotle salsa. So that's how we're going to incentivize stakeholders and people to hold the token and the stake and to earn the passive income, basically by just supporting the project and holding, you're going to earn a portion of every single one of the jars of salsa that we sell. And so, we want to start off with salsa, of course, and then be able to branch off into, other different products. So the longer that we, stay in business, and the more that we produce, and the more new products we come out with, the higher the APY and the higher the reward that our stakeholders are going to receive.
Understood. And is there a certain percentage of your revenue generated that you guys are planning on allocating to reflection rewards?
So all of that money that will be coming back in is going to essentially, go back into the staking pool for people who have staked. It's not going to people who are just holding the token. It's to the people who believe in the vision and what we're doing. The numbers on that we haven't fully finalized yet. Like we're still in the proof of concept stage where we gotta make the salsa, figure out a base cost, figure out the fair amount to come back in that will supply our marketing wallet with enough to keep putting this out there and develop more product, right? But we are upfront, we are honest, we are transparent. Like we are involving the community every step of the way with what we're doing. So we're going to be talking numbers over here in the team as we kind of figure our costs out, and we'll be sending that back to everybody and getting feedback on what they feel is fair as well, but also works to continue doing our charity work.
That's amazing. And guys, who is the creator of this salsa? Who invented the recipe, and how are you guys manufacturing it?
So, obviously it's a bit of a long step process. Salsa is not that hard to make, but a good salsa can be a little more difficult. We have a couple chef friends who are all interested in helping us create, our own recipe. We don't just want to go take one off the internet and be like, yay, now it's ours. So, these two chef people are going to we're going to sit down, we're going to try a couple different things, we're going to do some taste testing, and obviously we're going to be documenting it the entire way, so this is a relatively recent development within this past week. So it's going to take a little bit to figure that out, but we're super excited to like get our first little batch made, get it on the street, hand out some burritos. Do you want to try some Crypotle with your Chipotle? What do you think about this? We'll get that customer feedback. We'll film some of this. We want everyone to come along on the journey with us. I think we'd be ignorant to say that, oh, we have this all lined up. We know how to get into Walmart. We have the perfect recipe. It's a concept that we're going to be figuring out, and we can't wait to like have you guys follow us along on that journey as well.
Yeah, right on. That's amazing. And guys, tell me about the Crypotle NFTs. What function do they provide with respect to the overall ecosystem? How many are going to be available at launch? What's going to be the minting cost? All that good stuff.
Yeah, so the NFTs, we haven't fully gotten the NFT, the total supply. We're looking somewhere around 500 to 1,000 just to keep it somewhat, scarce. We don't want to just, 10,000 collection, and, it's just there's no aftermarket value to it at all. It's oversaturated. The cost will end up being around 0.2 to 0.3 BNB per mint. We don't have a specific mint date at the moment. And basically what we're looking for our NFTs is just to be able to add an extra form of utility and an extra opportunity to earn extra passive income. So right now, we're not sure if that'll include another staking platform just for the NFTs, or if it'll just be an airdrop type system for NFT holders. But again, NFT holders will be able to earn, passive income based off of the real world product as well. So if you own tokens and own the NFT as well, you're basically earning as much passive income as possible. So it's all going to tie back into each other.
Nice. And how can we get our hands on one of these NFTs once they're ready?
Yeah, when they're ready and everything, we'll give announcements on the website, the Twitter, the Telegram, everything, all of our social medias. We're going to start another round of big marketing after the NFTs get announced too, because we understand that, NFTs, there's a lot of people that it's a different niche. Basically, if you market it right and you use, the power of the NFTs right, and it's not just about based off of the token, and you're not just relying on token holders to mint the NFTs, you can actually get a lot of exposure because there's a whole different market of people who are just into the NFTs, just like there's a whole different market of people who are just into tokens. So, we come out and we have a passive income NFT based off of our token, and it's based off of our real world product and the whole utility that we've already proven with the token and already. Then it'll be, we'll be able to market that to a different group of people and be able to show them that, maybe you don't like tokens, but come join Crypotle and join the movement. And this is what we're doing to charity. And so when the time is ready, we're going to crank up the marketing for that. And we have previews and everything ready. And then, we'll announce it everywhere. And then you'll be able to just grab it on our mint site.
Right on. And you guys have exciting marketing with respect to Times Square and SpaceX billboards. How are you planning on getting those, and when can we expect to see those up?
Yeah. Marketing with the billboards. We're planning to push that back a little bit until we have, the product out, because, the salsa and the product was it's kind of new, like Matthew said, within the last week. And, that idea, and it's a new concept to the system and to the whole blockchain and the crypto ecosystem as a whole. We haven't seen anybody use a real world product and a real world business to back a cryptocurrency. There's examples like Binance and stuff like that, or like, stuff KuCoin and their chain. But other than an exchange, there's no solid businesses that have been funded and that have been, backed by a cryptocurrency. So, it's just all about being able to weigh what is needed now and what can be pushed back. And we're going to expect to get those billboards out after the product has been released, after we've proven our concept, and, after we're pushing, because the billboards will be big. We can show the token, we'll be able to apply as well the salsa, because the salsa will be ready, most likely being able to be purchased online by that point. And then, be able to break down, like, you don't have to technically buy the token, and just buy the salsa, and you'll be able to support the token, you'll be able to support the holders, as well as you'll be able to, show and feel good, because majority of that did go to charity and philanthropy and generous acts of kindness. So we kind of want to leverage our marketing based off of, what is the best for us to market and the best way for us to put it out.
Beautiful. And, what are some charities that you guys have already donated to, and future charities that you plan to donate to with respect to your philanthropic aspirations? Excuse me.
So most of what we've done is really. Oh, go ahead, Toad.
So as of yet, we haven't done any charities. We've just handed out some burritos. But when we do donate to charities, we want to make sure that we're doing our research on it, making sure that it's not like a charity that kind of is a profitable for the actual owners. We want to make sure that it's a nonprofit organization and it's actually going to somewhere useful.
Yeah,
and we're not going to be locked. Oh, go ahead.
No, my fault. I had brought up the idea, like the World Hunger Organization, because we're big on food. So the World Hunger Organization and being able to feed people is what our as what part of our mission through the burritos, and our whole coin is based off of food. So the World Hunger Organization is a good one. I always like St. Jude, because I always like helping kids in need, and I believe that children at the end of the day don't deserve any type of the problems that some of them do have, in the medical problems and whatnot. That's sad to me. I believe that they deserve at least to be able to live a healthy and a decent life, especially as a child. So, St. Jude. But like Toad said, when we get into getting and, sending money and donating directly into charity, except for, you know, doing our own charity acts with the burritos and, you know, giving out food and whatnot. We're going to make sure we do our due diligence, make sure it's, you know, the money's going to the right places and it's going to the people that are in need, and it's not a for-profit system or anything like that. So there's a couple that we've brought up, but you know, that's what we're looking at now, and in the future we'll of course go into looking at more and more and cranking up our charity acts and our philanthropy.
Amazing, guys. You know, I'm going to get to the community portion of the AMA right now, but before I do, is there anything that I haven't covered or asked you guys about that you want to share with our members?
I would say one thing that we're also doing is, because the charity part is so important to us, is, you know, we're setting up a second website called CrypotleCares.com. And so when we're out there on the streets and we're showing people our salsa, you know, they understand that they're giving to a charity organization. You know, we're going to have a dedicated website to show them, you know, the transparency of where the money is going, how it's going back into the blockchain. Because at the end of the day, you know, our customers that are going to be buying this product off us aren't going to want to go to a website and be confused by tokenomics and all this type of stuff. So, you know, we understand how important the charity works are here, and we're going to make it easy for consumers to see where the money is going, how transparent we are, and the good works that we're doing. So if you want to help the world in any sort of way, you know, this is going to be a good token for it, because there's no other project out there that is going to be as transparent and upfront about where money is going than we are.
Sweet. Awesome, guys. So first question is going to be from Sayed.
Yeah, thank you, Noah. So I was wondering that will you be selling the salsa through your online website, or will it also be available on the shelves on the various stores as well?
Yeah,
So,
so
well,
you
I
got
can
it,
answer
Matthew.
that.
You got it. Or Toad
okay.
got it. One of you guys got it.
I'll pass it on to you after. But as of now, obviously, we can't say, yeah, we're going to go into Walmart and put our salsa in there, because that's like pretty impossible to do it within 2 weeks. We're thinking about doing a farmer's market at first, so that we can start selling in the farmer's market. A lot of farmer's markets bring in the kind of people that like organic and charity organizations. So I think that would be our first target.
yeah, we're
Understood.
going to start small. Yeah, start small, get into the corner stores, get into the local guys in your neighborhood, and then you can go in and say, hey, look, you guys sold 20 jars. Do you want 30 jars? Okay, you sold 30 jars. Do you want 40? And they say, hey, look, here's our profit margins based off what they did here. And then you go to the next size of store up. You say, hey, we're starting to trend here on social media. We're selling out at these stores. Are you interested in taking our product for a week and seeing what happens? And then it works there, and they're making money off of it. And you just kind of, you have to, it's like these building blocks of success that will get you and open up more and more doors for you to get into. So, you know, we know that this is going to take a little bit of time to get to where we want it to be, but we see the steps that we have to take to get there.
Yeah, it's totally understandable. Okay, moving to my next and final question. So I know that you are have rebranded, but I was wondering that why did you decide to go with the Chipotle theme? You could have selected any other top fast food chain like Taco Bell or Wendy's as well.
Yeah, and that idea came because the Crypotle is kind of like a play on Chipotle's name. And it's basically, it happened because Chipotle announced that they were going to start accepting crypto on in their stores as payment. So, you know, Toad came up with the play on words, crypto and Crypotle, you know, and the token started around based off of that hype, and it created a whole new hype. And that's something that we think we'll be able to do long term. You know, all of the fast food chains that we saw, the Kentucky Fried Crypto coin, like, you know, there was a bunch of them, and it created an entire new hype. And, you know, we started that hype here at Crypotle Coin. And that's something that we think we'll be able to do long term as well. We think people are going to start taking this business model and implemented it into, you know, other products, clothing brands and whatnot. And that's just the thing. We need to, we're trying to stress on our community and tell everybody, like, look, if you're looking for something, you know, a quick short-term play, something a couple days, maybe a week long, unfortunately, this is not going to be the play for you. But if you're looking for something long term that you can hold, and you know you have a stable team, a team that's consistently working, a team that works together, so we're all on the same page. We have a transparent dev, transparent team, and we're continuing to push this. And we have a vision, and we're not going to stop till we complete our vision. If that's the type of project you want, something you can hold long term with confidence, this is where you want to be. This isn't something, this is a whole different type of business model and a whole different type of concept we're trying to prove. Nobody that we know have done, nobody that we know, and nobody in general has really stepped out of the box and tried to use this model. So it's like starting a startup. It's the token is a startup, but at the end of the day, there's a business behind it. So it's going to take time. That's the thing. It's going to take time to be able to get into the stores we want to get into. It's going to start off like every other, mom and pop shop or mom and pop store or business, door to door, at the farmers markets, on the street with, a table with banners and a tent. And then from there, we're going to continue to grow. Matthew says it all the time about this and about the steps we're going to have to take. We're going to have to crawl before we can walk. This isn't something that, people can just buy and we'll be able to take off and, it's going to go overnight. We're going to be in Walmart overnight. But it's just a slower process. And that's basically how it started, was with Chipotle and them tweeting and them announcing that they're going to accept crypto. We sent the tweet out to them, started the token, sent the tweet out to them about the 50 burrito or the 100 burritos at 50K. And then they ended up retweeting us. And then that's where the hype came. So that's why we
Got
chose
it.
Chipotle.
Yeah, got it. Thank you for explaining that in a detailed way. Thank you. Thank you so much. Over to you, Noah.
Right on. Thank you, Sayed. Western
Yeah,
Beast,
thanks
you're
for your
next.
question,
And then
bro.
we got G Benja after him.
All right, I got just one question. I saw on your white paper that you're going to create a new website, cryptocares.com, that's to track your donations given to all the houses and all the social media. Now, wouldn't it be easier? You're saying that this is meant to make people check it out on your website. You already have a website, one. Wouldn't it be more efficient and cost effective if you just incorporated all these ideas into your current website as a sub article, rather than building a new one? Wouldn't building a new website cost you extra money?
Yeah, so building a website really doesn't cost that much money, right? What we're doing by selling a real world product is we are targeting people outside the crypto space. So like my parents don't know anything about crypto. If I'm like, hey, we're doing, here, I want to sell you this jar of salsa, you can go here and check out our website and what we're doing and our charity works. They're going to go to crypotle.com, and what are they going to see? They're going to see things about taxes and tokenomics and light papers and roadmaps, and none of that information is going to apply to them, when at the end of the day, they just want to learn a little bit more about our charity works. So by having that separate website, the average consumer who's going to buy our product is going to be able to learn about the charity, because that's such a big part for us. We don't have to sell these people on cryptocurrency at all. We just have to sell them the salsa. And the people like us, or people who are invested in our project and in the cryptocurrency, are going to benefit from that. So we no longer have to target specifically cryptocurrency people to sell things. And I think that's been the biggest mistake of a lot of these projects who are like, hey, we're going to do crypto coffee. We're going to do crypto this. We're going to do crypto that. You just have to buy our token and buy with our token. End of the day, we are going to be bringing money to investors, and we don't have to sell our token to these people and get them to buy it. You know what I mean? So by separating it, we're making easy information for people who are not in the crypto space. We'll be able to educate them on the website about crypto, but we want to make it very accessible for people to just see the good works that we're doing, because a lot of people are going to be buying this because they believe in doing good works, not because they believe in cryptocurrency. That's still going to benefit our holders at the end of the day, though.
All right, Matthew, I really appreciate the detailed answer. Great project. I really wish you guys the best when you say bullish to the moon.
Thank you.
All right, G Benja, we're like
Okay.
over time, but I promise you'll be able to ask a question. So just try to keep it high level if you can. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Noah. Thanks for the opportunity, man. To the crypto cool, I think this is a great project. I really love that. But I just have a quick question. I understand the fact that you'll be having a charity program and you are very much concerned about the charity. And I love the fact that you'll be making the wallet very transparent for people to actually see. I'm just kind of curious, what will be your plan to make sure this charity program is not self-centered? I mean, when we refer to crypto space, you should consider people from different regions, from different languages, stuff like that. I'm just kind of curious, what are these plan or what are the steps you're taking so that this charity program won't be biased in one side, so that at least, let's say, like everybody will be carried along. Like, what are the NGOs you're looking after so that I don't know the plans you will actually take to actually disburse the charity fund actually, but I just kind of curious that what would be your plan to make sure that everybody is being carried along, so that some people in Africa won't have, oh, this charity doesn't reach our side and we contribute into this crypto. Some people in other part of the country, I don't know, maybe you understand the question.
Okay.
That's my question actually.
Thank you, G Benja. And gentlemen, if you could just answer the question and we can wrap things up here shortly.
Yeah, so I believe you're wondering how can we benefit charities across the world with this, right? I think
Yeah.
that's the long and the short of it. Yeah. So because we are also a community-driven token, our community is very important. We have a lot of really good, passionate people here. We're going to be looking as we expand and grow to charities around the world that we can donate to, and we're going to be looking at the community for stuff like this too. I'll be honest, there's probably a lot of amazing charities in Africa that we've never even heard of, that we can do our research and due diligence. And if somebody brings up and said, hey, maybe this month we can donate there. So, there's so many opportunities to donate worldwide.
Right on. Sorry, I think
Can
I
I
lost.
say
Yeah, go for it.
can I say one last thing? So I know you have to. We have a specific amount of time. If anyone does want to ask more questions, me and the team will be in our own voice chat. You can come join the Telegram. It is posted, I believe, and we are doing a biggest buy comp with a 2%. We lowered the tax to 2% for about an hour. And yeah, you can, if you wanted more questions to be answered, we're going to be in our voice chat.
Sweet.
And
that's awesome.
yeah, and one final note too is like, I am fully doxed on the website. I've put my face on there. You guys can DM me. I'll send you a link to my website that has me on there and all the films I've done. So, if you want to know a little bit more about the team, come by, come say hi. Like he's saying, biggest buy contest, lowered taxes. Just come hang out. It's a super positive community, and honestly, we wouldn't be doing this without their support. So we really appreciate your guys' time here.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming on. We
having us.
appreciate your time.
For sure. Appreciate you guys having us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Make
guys.
sure
And
you
as
guys
you
go
mentioned,
check out
there's
the chat. Check out the chart. 2% taxes right now.
there you go, guys. Lower tax. They're doing a buy competition. Remember, Whale Coin Talk is a educational channel. We do not give investment advice, so definitely do your own research, all that good stuff. I want to thank the Crypotle team for being with us today. This is a fun AMA, and we'll hope to see you guys all soon. Take care.